video Shauna saying, start talking about this news.
The sex tape.
Prosecutors be permitted to use the fact that Cali Medical Board wants to pull Dr. Murray's license as proof of the man's actions.
Nobody's listening to you.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Shauna stands out. I just got video of her. She says that she talks about the whole thing with the French guy. She says she wants to do another porn movie, and she would consider a three-way if David Beckham was involved.
Okay, so here's the funny thing. So you guys don't know because we did do the story that he sued yesterday. The guy that she had the sex tape. Her boyfriend. Right? Well, it has to be French former. Guy.
He was former boyfriend.
She's not with him now?
Typically, when you sue over something like that, you're former.
Oh.
So anyway, so this the French guy is suing, saying I never signed to allow Vivid to do this, and they threw a paper in front of me, but I'm French, and they never translated it for me.
She just said just now, she said he certainly understood it.
Well, we know even more how he understood it, because we got hold of the video release, how do you say this?
That's not a way to see how you describe it.
The video consent.
The video, he actually consents, and they actually shot him consenting to this, which we have on the TV show tonight. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. What is hilarious on the show tonight is that piece is hilarious. He is outrageous.
Can you make that sound a couple times?
No. This is a really funny.
My favorite part.
This is a particularly funny show tonight.
My favorite part about that video release is it's on scene. So it's during when they either before or after when they actually shot it. They're like, hey, come here. Say, let me tell you what this means.
Funny.
And he actually.
It's really funny.
Hilarious.
It's really
just watch
funny.
the show. It's hilarious.
It's funny. Okay.
All right.
I'm sorry. You were saying.
The prosecutors be permitted to use the fact that the California Medical Board wants to pull Murray's license as proof that the man's actions were reckless.
No.
I don't think they're doing a full finding of fact.
Well, it doesn't matter, even if they did. The standard for the medical board, I believe, is clear and convincing evidence. The standard for criminal is reasonable doubt, so you can't use a lesser standard to prove something in a criminal case.
Undoubtedly true.
Okay.
Great. And they're not doing evidentiary hearings and findings of fact. I mean, they're just relying on the accusations that are being made in
you put a period after true.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Did Steven Seagal? What?
I like not having to sit there and read all this crap.
I'll just do it. Has Steven Seagal had problems with this same sort of allegations in the past? I don't remember anything like this lawsuit.
There have been. I mean, this is a bizarre one, but he's a kind of a eccentric guy. He's an eccentric guy.
Well, you guys know the story about the person who. He hired, allegedly, his personal executive assistant has said that there was some sort of sexual harassment while she worked for him. She's now sued. I can tell you that tomorrow, and this is the one thing I wanted to know, you know that his new show, The Lawman Show,
right.
He's a reserve sheriff, and he actually goes with the police department.
Right.
I forget exactly the city he's in, but he
goes...
goes...
I want to say it's somewhere in the
Gary,
south. It's somewhere in the south.
What's the city where Steven Seagal works? Okay, anyways... Doesn't matter. But anyway, so he goes around. Well, he's an actual reserve sheriff, and he actually does police work with them. They're holding a press conference tomorrow, which we're going to live stream. So check that out. We'll put something up today about it. But they're going to address this situation, and either they're going to back him or they're going to talk about.
Steven Seagal's lawyer, Marty Singer, says that this woman is crazy, that it's an absurd lawsuit, and they fired her because she was using drugs on the job, and that it would have compromised the show. So they said, get her off this set, get her away from here immediately. So that's why he says they fired her and that this was just revenge.
Right.
I wonder if they'll address some of that.
And a lie, he says.
Well, the cops usually, if that was going on, then the cops probably...
Well, what I don't understand is, okay, so she goes in and he does that to her the first day. Oh, okay, and then she comes back to work the second day. And he does it to her again. And then she comes back to work the third day.
Although she was living at that house, and it was sort of out in rural Louisiana, right?
Is that where it is, Louisiana?
And she didn't,
That's
I
right.
guess, this isn't really spelled out in the complaint, but I think
she
what
was
she's gonna
living
say-
there while she was working for him on the show.
So she's hired on day one. She's flown to Louisiana,
Right.
New Orleans, goes out to some rural location, some plantation home that Steven Seagal owns, and he puts her up there, and she alleges that there were these women there who serviced him, and she was invited to do that.
The Russian
Attendants, right.
It's a great
And maybe she's saying that she just couldn't get away. She was stuck out there almost, but she doesn't. Given the allegations, I was expecting some sort of a kidnapping claim. Yeah.
Well, you know when it threw me off is when, number one, they tried to get an assistant on Craigslist, and Craigslist is like very openly where people. Craigslist has issues with this, like where there's
not where celebrities
escorts and people on there. I mean, it's Craigslist. Like people know that there's an issue with that. Second, when they try to make you their executive assistant and you give them your resume and then they go, by the way, send a picture of yourself. I mean, right then I'd think, this is a little weird. Like I gotta send a picture of myself to be an executive assistant. Why does it matter how I look?
Okay, what's next?
Right.